Hey, welcome back to another episode of Aesthetic Control. I'm Reed, and here we go. As mentioned in the last video, which has been a few weeks ago now, I went up to Boston, my old home, to see the band Have Heart play, and a bunch of other bands: Wound Man, Initiate, Eye for an Eye, Gel. Is that everybody? It sounds like everybody. Speed also played. Hold on. We also just had a hurricane come through, so weather's a bit crazy. But we're here. We're back. The trip was good. So yeah, I just wanted to take today to go over some photos that I took, like at the show, sort of around the show, and some traveling, sort of behind the scenes. So yeah, let's hit the little like a little travel vlog to get us up to Boston. And yeah, shout out to Grand Court House, great Philly spot. Also, it's my cat's 14th birthday today. Here he is. Happy birthday to Gooby. Anyway, let's go to Boston. Super easy trip to the airport from my house. I got some bad breakfast burrito out of a space age cafeteria thing that they have at the airport here. It was fine, not great, full of onions, which is not fun for a 2-hour plane ride, but whatever. Super quick layover in New York. Literally just had to get off the plane and get right back on the same plane, same seat. Super easy. And then once I was in Boston, it was pretty quick. A friend picked me up, took me to their place. I dropped off my stuff and basically hung out for a few minutes, caught my breath, had some coffee, and then headed to the show. I wanted to get up there early to both check out the venue, which is a place called Roadrunner, which is new, or at least new to me. Hadn't opened by the time we moved away. Great venue, super modern, super nice stage, super nice like backstage area. I think most of the people that work there are involved in some way in Boston punk and hardcore, so everybody sort of gets it. And it's just a nice, cool place to be and hang out and see friends. And one great thing that they did for this show is the normal stage there was probably, 4 to 5 feet tall. It's a big room, but a hardcore show with a 5-foot stage is like never that fun, especially often they have to have a barrier for a stage that size. Have Heart didn't want that, so they built out like a small, like 3-foot stage into the room. So, no barricade. Kids jumping on stage, diving off, tons of great stage dives. So overall, it was a fantastic show. And I want to talk a little bit about what it's like shooting both film and in general at like a chaotic show like this. So I'll just let some of these images play out. These are live shots from all the different bands. I think the main challenge for a show this size is both the lighting for shooting film. It's a big room, but it's a hardcore show, so the light's not doing anything spectacular. It's just, ambient light. So having to shoot in challenging light, but also shoot with a flash, but being in a space that's so big that it, the distance eats up a lot of the power of the flash. And shooting, maybe 800 ISO is typically what I shoot at a show. So it was a little bit of a struggle dialing in the flash settings. I typically kind of know what I'm going for in, a small club or a VFW hall or basement based on like the space of the room, the color of the walls, the height of the ceiling. But this was, just a cavernous big space, so lost a lot of flash power. But I tempered that with also shooting some digital, because another challenge at a show like this, especially as the night goes on, things get more and more hectic on stage. There's more and more homies on stage, more and more people trying to avoid being kicked in the head in the front, people wanting to see the things going on from, sort of behind the amps, behind the drums kind of thing. And I knew, especially from the most recent Half Heart shows that were like in California, or the one that was in Boston a few years ago when they first got back together, and the final show in 2009, when they play, it's both a lot of friends on stage and just a lot of kids rushing the stage to get the mic, a lot of big sing-alongs. So, especially for them, I knew like I would shoot as much film as I could. I think I shot maybe not quite a full roll because I'd had some stuff from the previous band, but I shot up to the end of a roll and then had to put the film camera away just because, trying to access my bag, trying to change lenses, trying to change film while all this chaos is happening was just not really gonna happen smoothly. So I had my M10P there, and it was easy to just switch what camera body had the flash transceiver on it, so I could just jump over to, dial down the flash a little bit to match out the higher digital ISO, so no problem there. But trying to juggle, when to shoot film when I knew I would be able to finish a roll and change the film out while things are going crazy all around me, was one of the main challenges for that. But, pulled it off. Super happy with what I got. And it was great to see a bunch of old friends, both in the bands and just at the show. And so here are some of sort of like more behind the scenes type pictures. Pictures of people hanging out, pictures of friends, just people just around the venue. Part of the fun of this was going to a Boston hardcore show, because I haven't, lived there in about 5 years now. And just photographing people. This series I did of just everybody in front of the stage right before Half Heart played, I really like. And it's just, anybody that was sitting on stage, I just tapped on the shoulder and said, hey, turn around real quick. Did the picture. And it sort of harkens back to some photos I did 8 or 9 years ago. I had the opportunity to go to a Slipknot concert because at the time Jay was the drummer and we just happened to be in the same town, and he invited me out. And photographing the front row of the crowd rather than the bands. And I think that's something I would like to continue to do. It's just those larger concerts tend to work better for that rather than like small hardcore shows where it's like, 100 people or less. So yeah, super excited with these. I really like how they came out. And yeah, just had the opportunity to photograph old friends from Boston who were either in town, like my friend Zach came up from Florida. He used to live in Boston too. Sonny from Hate 56, another person that lived in Boston for a long time that I knew, came up to film. People from Deathwish, people from Bridge 9, just tons and tons of friends sort of around the spot. So yeah, it was a lot of fun and a good reminder to like photograph your friends. That's, it's easy to go out and look for things to shoot and to make bodies of work, but also like a lot of the cool stuff that we look back on now is just like photographers' friends who they were around and were photographing all the time. So that was a lot of fun. That's about it for now. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for taking the time to check these pictures out, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.